Hello, my name is Diana Pigni, and today we will paint together this beautiful Irish landscape with textured oil paint strokes. Let's start. I've already sketched a little bit this house, but we will sketch it together now with a thin brush. So I will need some paints. These are oil paints that I'm using today, and these are titanium white, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow medium, ochre. I also need orange, cadmium orange, cadmium red light, permanent pink, purple, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, which is brown, sky blue or celestial blue, viridian green, and two types of green that I found to enrich a little bit my green landscape. This is like cobalt green light, and this one is cadmium green. So let's start our first step to sketch our painting. I'll take a thin brush, and I'll also take some paper to clean the brush, as well as I will put the gloss. I'll take a little bit of thinner, put it here, and I'll take a little bit of this light yellow, maybe ochre, better ochre. And I will start to draw the thin lines where my house is gonna be. So this is the roof. These Irish cottages, they have this typical chimney on the wall here, as I found them on internet, and they all look like this, more or less. So this is gonna be a roof. Roof should finish here, and let's draw this line as well. The roof is like this. You can also find Cottage on Google, print it out, some kind of typical cottage, and just to make it more individual, just print it and copy it with carbon paper on your canvas. It's kind of in perspective, so these lines, they are actually meeting somewhere here. Let's say somewhere far, far away. And they're all like kind of listening to this perspective load. Okay, this is gonna be a chimney. And it has this thinner one in the middle here. Then we have another one. Also somewhere here, more straight, going down a little bit in perspective, I guess. And I need to see my photo that I found on the internet. Okay, more or less here. And also we need kind of, wait, this is called, yeah. This one actually, this one goes down here. And from here, we are moving it like this. And this is gonna be the chimney. And there will be another wall here. And then we have like a door and a window on this side. Okay, there will be another two here. And this is gonna be our cottage. We will also create some space here, like fields, and there will be some hills far away, like this, and another hill that goes, let's say there will be another hill here also, a smaller hill that goes from this side and goes down here all the way down here. There will be another hill here. Oops. This one will be another hill. Okay. As for the house, we will have some greens here. Like, I can also put some green here so it's more clear. And let me clean. And now there will be like a road going this way. It's as closer the road is, as larger it becomes. As it goes further, it becomes thinner and very, very narrow. And it goes here and it's finishing somewhere here. Then we will have, like, this house is standing on some kind of hill here. There will be a, let's say, on like a bush somewhere here, beautiful bush that is covering a little bit this part, a bush, and the hill going down from here like this. And this hill actually will finish somewhere, let's say, under the roof, and it goes the same level where the roof is finishing, a little bit lower, and it goes thinner and thinner as it goes further here. And there will be kind of a lake here, the water, and the hill. And there will be like some kind of grass here along the road. And then we will see there will be maybe another bush here. And on the left side we will put some greenery here. A lot of green bushes and flowers. And we will have the trees here. One tree and another tree. And these trees, they basically will cover this left side of the sky. Like it goes here, and then it goes here, and it basically is covering all the sky here. Okay, and now we will put some more green bushes here. And along the road we will have some flowers again, some flowers, and greenery, and then we will see. We will also have some clouds, like a lot of clouds, maybe like this, going a bit like this, and like this. So this is basically our sketch. Let's start the step 2, covering the sky. I'll take a hard brush like this. It's flat and hard, and I'll start to paint my sky with the celestial blue mixed up with white and a little bit of ultramarine blue. Much better result can be reached by mixing up with your palette knife. Okay, I think I like this color now. So with this brush, I'll start to apply some thick color. You see how much, it's a lot of color here. Very thick textured strokes, brush strokes. I will add some white so it's not regular. Sometimes it's a little bit lighter, sometimes it's darker like the sky is. And I change the direction of my brush. Sometimes I do like from left to right side, sometimes the opposite. And maybe I will add a little bit of white as well in here. And this is gonna be the blue sky that you can see. On this side of the thing. And now we will create a lot of beautiful clouds. I will clean my brush, I'll put it in the thinner and clean it well with my paper. And now I will start to create beautiful sky. So I will take some ultramarine blue and some of the burnt umber, and I will add white, and this is kind of gray color now. I will add more blue and more white. And maybe we'll mix up a little bit with the sky blue with white that I already had. And let's see if it looks very dark on the canvas. So I will add some more white in my color, and I will mix it up with the palette knife. And I will add just a little bit of purple in it. I think this is a nice color, and I will start to try it on my canvas. There will be a tree here, but you can see the sky through the tree. Let's put a little bit of this dark gray here. There will be dark gray here too. We can add a little bit of white in it now. Make it lighter. And just like give some freedom to your brush and make this smooth, kind of chaotic brush strokes. I will add more blue, more brown, and more white. And and some purple. Some blue. As we see far away, the lines are more flat and parallel to the ground. There will be a tree here and another tree here. And then I will cover this white part of the sky. Okay, we will add some more of this in here. And we start to create like kind of fluffy sky, fluffy clouds as we get closer to the blue sky. And we add more white because it should be lighter as we get closer to our blue sky. Just like this, you know, kind of roundish movements. Still mixed up with gray and white and purple. I'm now improvising, but I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful. Now I will take some white and I will mix it up with some light yellow, which is lemon yellow, and I'll start to add some light to my clouds, but I don't touch this blue. I just put it on the lightest parts of my clouds, and not everywhere, just sometimes I just leave them like this, and sometimes I put some yellow. I'll pause a little bit with yellow, and I will take clean white now, and I'll start to add some white brush strokes. To create the movement of the clouds. Something like that. And sometimes there are some kind of, when you see far away, you can see also lighter lines like these. So I kind of move my brush horizontally to create this deepness of the sky. And as we get closer, we see more fluffy clouds. I can also add a little bit of light blue somewhere in the clouds far away. And I can also add more white as the sky becomes a little bit lighter as it goes to the horizon. And I think it looks quite good now. And we can start to... We can also always add a little bit of lighter colors later if we are not satisfied with our sky. But for the moment, I like the way it is. Maybe I can add a little bit of white also somewhere. let's see here, just to make it in a little bit of yellow on it, just to make it a little bit richer and even more fluffy. Like this. And we should cover some sky here near the cottage. This looks kind of good now. We can add a little bit of white also on this side, so it doesn't look too gray, too dark, you know. More white here. And then a little bit of yellow on top. I like the sky, and I think I can enrich it a little bit with palette knife strokes as well, but I can also leave it like that. So if you decide to leave it like that, I will strongly agree, but I would like to show you also the effect of the palette knife if I start to use it in this painting. Just a little bit like palette knife gives cleaner color and more vibrancy, and it creates kind of dramatic effect of the painting. So sometimes I add a little bit of palette knife strokes as well. Okay, and for me it looks good. Next step that we will do is the house. I'll take a clean brush and I will take the palette knife and I'll start mixing up some colors. So this is a light part. You see the sun comes from this side. You can see the light on the clouds also coming from this side. So here will be the light part, and this is gonna be the shade like shadow. So the shadow is always darker than the light. Light is more yellow and warm, and the shadow is cold and more bluish. We already have this kind of grayish color, so we start to like use our white with yellow first for the light part. It shouldn't be very yellow. It should be like almost white, but with some hint of on yellow. So I will mix it up here closer because this pigment of yellow is so strong that is kind of it needs a lot of white in it. And I will start to like put this yellow on this side. I even see it's too yellow again, so I will add even more white. And I will start to already apply this yellowish white on the lightest part of the house, which is sunlit by sun here. And I probably should take a smaller palette knife because this is too big. So I have a very small, tiny palette knife, and I will use this one to color my house. Palette knife always gives you a possibility to like have a precise line here. Like here we have a line on the corner. And we can put some more palette knife strokes here to cover all this part. Let's take some more. And here. There will be a roof, and the roof underneath has some shadow, so we will have to put some shadow anyway under the roof. But first we will cover the walls that are lightened by the sun. This is good enough, and I will put some even cleaner white now without yellow to create even more white effect on the house. So sometimes you see some yellow, but sometimes you see some just clean white wall. More white. And make a texture that you think looks like good enough. Don't exaggerate. If you see that the stroke is what you need, don't touch it and don't ruin it, because it's very easy to ruin the good effects. I will clean a little bit these lines of my windows and my doors. And this part is covered. And now I will also create this wall. So basically this one is good enough. It was in the light side, and I can add just a little bit of this, what we already had here, the gray one, and see what we get. We get kind of a greenish yellow. You can add some of these straws here and there, not all everywhere. And now we will take some purple and we will add again in this yellow with white that we created for the light part. And we add just a little bit of blue, ultramarine blue. And now we will start to cover this side with our palette knife. This is a bigger wall, so I will probably use a bigger palette knife here in order to cover it better. This is just a wall. We don't have any windows or doors on this wall, so we're basically very free to cover it the way we like it. The chimney is attached to the wall. We need to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Take some more color. With the palette knife we can shape easily our house. All the lines that we have here. Palette knife is a perfect tool to create kind of architecture paintings. Now I will make it a little bit more regular, and I like it like this. I could add a little bit of lighter strokes just to like to make it a little bit more yummy and richer in colors. Some lighter strokes and a little bit darker strokes as well, like with blue, darker ones, more blue, less purple, and add a little bit here as well. And then some of them could go here and here, just to make it more like whimsical, less boring. And with this bigger palette knife, I will like mix up some of these strokes. I will add some lighter strokes as well. In different kind of directions, sometimes horizontal, sometimes vertical, and this way we create kind of a texture and the bricks effect. Okay, and maybe we can add a little bit of white now to this color. And just to make some light yellow with white, just to add a little bit of light also on this wall, so it doesn't look too dark. Textures are good, but maybe I will make them a little bit larger and longer, and I will leave it like this. The only thing we should remember is on this corner, on this line, the shadow part should be the darkest one and the lightest part should be the lightest. So in this way we create a volume. So I will take a clean white here and add it a little bit on the light part. I clean my palette knife first. And then I will take the darkest part. So I'll take a little bit of purple and blue in my yellow, and I will make this line work here. And I will like make it dissolve on the wall here. Maybe with a smaller palette knife. It looks good. Looks good, but still there's something that I would like to add. All right, I think it's good enough. Okay, now we have the chimney. The chimney from this side has a shadow. Let's put some dark line here. Very thin with a palette knife. And we can do the same thing here. Very, very thin line, just with the side of your palette knife. Like this. And also like this part also darker. This part is darker and this part is darker too. And maybe some lighter part now that goes like this. And then I will take some light yellow with white. And I will put it on top of the chimney. And I will put it also on this side, on the sunny part of the chimney. sunny part. Okay, I've covered this dark line with my yellow, so I will put it back. And I will dissolve it again by moving it very carefully with my palette knife. Something like that. And I will take some white to create this volume here. Too much color. If there is too much color, you can always remove it with your palette knife and add a new one. It's easy. Just be careful not to touch again the darker line. Okay, this is the lighter part and this is the darker part. Same thing here. With your small palette knife, you create this cute sunny side of the chimney. And make it straight like this with the palette knife. Now I will take the dark color, again the one we used for this wall, and we will cover this side of the chimney, the second chimney, with our palette knife. Darker line is disappeared, so I will add it again. By touching it slowly. Okay. And the yellow. Perfect. Okay, and the small tube, I'll take some orange, some medium yellow and some white. And for this tube, I will put some light part. Okay, we have to take just a little bit of color like this in order to put it here. And the same little bit here. With this, the other side of the palette knife, again we take this color, we remove, we just have to put this short one and the short one here. Not an easy job, my hand is shaking, but it's fine. And I will clean it up a bit here by scratching with a palette knife. And I can add just with this little point, I can put some little point here. And it's good enough. And now the same color, we take orange and yellow, medium yellow. And we add just a bit of purple to make it darker. Now again we take this with a small part of our palette knife. And we add it here. Like this. Same thing, orange, yellow, purple, short one. And it's done. Some orange and yellow here. Make it thinner by scratching. There will be a tree here, so we don't care. For the moment, we'll leave it like this. And now we will make a roof. I'll take some red. Orange. And I'll put it here. And then I will take some orange. We'll add some yellow in it, medium yellow. And I'll start to like put these strokes here. In this direction. With some red in it. Let's cover it all with this orange mixed with yellow. Like putting butter on the bread. And now I will take some yellow. And we'll add some highlights on the roof. This way. And I'll take some lemon yellow now. And I'll put some lemon yellow here. Maybe more straight here. Like this. Mix them up a little bit with my palette knife. All right, maybe some yellow, some more yellow. Very, very, very softly, like this. And you can leave it. I'm a perfectionist, I don't like it, so I will add until I like it. And it becomes a long process, but I think this is already kind of good enough. Maybe we can add a little bit of red somewhere, so it's not too light. Like from down here, we can add a little bit of reds, mixing up with yellows, and maybe even more yellow here, like this. Okay, and now I will take a thin brush. I'm just checking if I'm still recording. Okay. Okay, I'll take a thin brush. I'll take some blue and some brown and a little bit of white in it. And I will put this, and maybe I will add a little bit of permanent pink inside also. And I will paint this line here. I'll take a thinner paint paintbrush, and I will add some shadow under this roof here. And I will add the same shadow. I will put some more blue here now and some more brown. And I will paint this line as well. Even darker. This is too much. Should be thinner. And I go with my line like this. This looks good enough. I could add it a little bit here, very, very thin line. Just to make an accent on the tubes here. And now I will take, still thin but a little bit bigger brush, and I will add some shadow. I'll take this yellow with white and purple and maybe some grayish, and I will put it here under the roof to create a shadow under the roof. I brush it very, very carefully by mixing up a little bit of that dark line border with this purple one. And with my palette knife now I will add this texture here as well, so it doesn't look too empty. And I'll take the light one and I will very, very carefully mix up the line that connects light yellow with purple, like this. And I like this one. Now I'll do the same thing here. I'll take some shadow here and I will put it under this line. And I mix them up like this. Same. Oh no, here I should put some light. I will put some of white and light yellow under this line. Okay, and some purple at some points. Between this light and dark, we put some purple. And this roof, it should be purple with orange. And we put maybe, it's kind of hard. We can actually turn the canvas so to make this line more precise, if we are more comfortable to do this job this way, we always can turn our canvas. And we add a little bit of this purple and orange here. With a thinner line, I will like create kind of a better border here, better line. And I'll take this dark one. I will enhance this dark somewhere. And now we can actually paint the windows and the house will be ready. I'll take brown. This is very thin, so I'll take some blue and more brown. And first of all, I will take this paintbrush, a small one, and I will put these lines here. These are the darkest side parts. Light goes like this, so probably this is gonna be the darker part as well. I'll turn it again to be more comfortable to put these lines here. Okay. And this part of the door and the window is a little bit lighter, so I'll take some red and blue. Red and blue. Becomes brown. And I put it here. Okay, and now I will put some very dark color here again. And the door can be also like kind of orange with red and blue. Maybe mixed up with this darker one. I'll put it here. An even darker line here on the right side. And the window can have kind of bluish, maybe light inside from the sky. And with a thinner brush, first I will create a shadow here first. And maybe we can also make kind of steps here, like two dark lines, and we can take some light one to put in the middle. To create the steps. I will add a little bit of yellow here. To create this line. Okay, and I think this window is a little bit higher than the door, so I will move the yellow. I'll put some yellow here. It will also create some textures here, which I like. Also near the door. I can make this line here for the steps with my palette knife. And now I will also add some light line here. And here. And we can also add some lines. In the window. Also in the door. Okay, I think our house is ready. I'd like to enhance a little bit this line with my palette and with my brush. I will also enhance this line. It's blue with purple, very light. Going like here as well. And maybe also, you know, some light yellow, more precisely here. And here. Maybe some ochre with yellow on this side. This is too bright. I will dissolve it a little bit with my brush. I will cover it with a thinner brush. Okay, and I think that this house is good enough now, and we can go and start painting this green tree here. So for the green tree and these green parts, we will need some space here. I will move away some of this light blue and the gray one. I will also move away these orange colors here. Maybe I will need them later, maybe not. But I will remove them so I can work with new colors. So I will take some viridian green. I'll put it here. And first of all, let's make the darkest green that we can get is purple mixed with green. We can use a small brush like this and start to put this text very, very dark green here. That's the leaves in the shadow. And we create kind of parts, like we create like clouds of dark strokes first. And we cover it, all this space underneath with a dark green color. I'll add a little bit of blue. And I will cover also on the side. Okay, this is gonna be the darkest part of this first tree. And now the second tree will also have some dark strokes here. And maybe a little bit here. And maybe up here. Okay, and now I will mix up this green, viridian green with medium yellow. More green. Now I'll start to add some of these strokes here. More yellow. Just kind of dark colors, but already lightened up a little bit on tops. Again, creating kind of a little cloud of these colors. And I will add some Also, like, I could add a little bit of this green, different greens here. And maybe this one. Different kind of green, just to create more like more light. And then I will take some yellow and I'll start to put some yellow mixed up with green, but very, very yellow now. Maybe some kind of different directions as well, not only in this direction, but also the opposite a little bit. Here should be another one. Maybe some darker green underneath. More green. Again, more green here. Good. Some of this green as well. It mixes up with white, and that's not what we need, but now I will take my palette knife, and I will take this kind of roundish palette knife, the oval shape, and I will start to add some yellow with green palette knife strokes to create kind of textures and movement of the leaves, and they become also more vibrant. Green. Maybe some yellow on tops. And why not a little bit of this lemon yellow as well, and very, very, very short palette knife strokes to create this effect of the tree. I can add a little bit of this light yellow strokes also here and lighten a little bit our tree. Good. See how beautiful it becomes? Like a sun gives some light to our tree now. And some green here. This is so dark that we need to add a little bit of life in this one. Medium yellow as well. It looks good. I will add a bit of this lemon yellow in here. Maybe some yellows also on this side because it's too dark and I want to make it a little bit lighter. Some green with yellow. in different directions. Again, we never do the same direction, otherwise it becomes too boring. So we can kind of create a zigzag effect, and the leaves become richer and textured and more realistic. Hope you like these trees. Dark ones still somewhere, but very little at the base of the tree, and I think this is good enough. Maybe I can add a little bit of that purple sky somewhere. You can see through the tree branches, and now we will make a trunk. I will wash my brush and I'll take red, blue, make it a little bit more liquid, and I'll start maybe too liquid now. Wait. I made it too liquid now. I need it more textured, and I will start to like move my brush, but turning it a little bit like in different directions like this. Maybe even more orange and red here inside. Okay, and again, first dark one. And then some orange and red. Okay, and I will add a little bit of textures also on my tree, blue, red. It's mixing up with some white underneath. Red and blue. Very, very thin palette knife touches like this. And some lighter color, some ochre, maybe this orange mixed with red and everything, ochre and some white, for example, some light yellow also, and we just put it on this side of the tree, going like this. And with the palette knife, we take some light yellow, light yellow and ochre and white, and some of this mixture. And I will turn it again so it's comfortable, and I will put it on the right side of my trees because that's where the light is coming in. Okay, I think it's good enough. I could add just a little bit of oranges here and there to add more color to my painting, like some orange. It's not necessary, but it always gives some light and life to your paintings. And now with a thinner brush, I will do a mixture of red and blue, more red than blue though. And I will put some It's very red. Let's make it more blue. And I will make some kind of branches here and there. Some branches are like interrupted by, so you don't see, they're covered with the leaves. This one goes here. And maybe some goes here and there and somewhere here too. Looks good. I can add a little bit of orange in it as well. Some of this light. Ah, too much, but okay, I will correct it later. So add some textures, and the dark one again. This one is too light. Okay, and maybe I will add a little bit of more leaves just to cover the parts where I don't like. Maybe these branches kind of weird. I can also move it a little bit with my paints that will already have it. And some green here. I think it's good enough now. Okay, our next step is to paint here, this part, and some foreground. So again, these are my greens. Maybe I will remove these as well. I don't need all these colors now, and I still have my brush dirty from where I was like painting the sky, so I will maybe I'll maybe cover a little bit of these parts where they're white. Somehow I left them white. And also this one I will add a little bit of white and purple and blue, and I will cover better my sky there in the horizon. With some sky blue as well. And with some white. As I will need this color here now to make a transition from the hills to the sky. Okay. So let's start to paint this part. I still have some green. I'll take my brush and I will take some yellow, mix up with green, this medium yellow, and I will cover this part of the field, sunny field. Okay, I should have done it before I did the trees, but it's okay. I will add a little bit of different greens inside. Like kind of effect of some kind of grass and some bushes far in the horizon. Now I'll take some yellow. I'll add some yellows as well, the horizontal lines of medium yellow. Maybe even doing some kind of palette knife work. And more on this side. Okay, and maybe a little bit of darker and bluish green to create this line. And we have to mix it up with our sky color. We have to blur it. So we take some sky color and we blur it by brushing the line of the sky and of our field here. Okay, this part is ready, and now we will make these hills. For the hills, we will take a brush, we'll take some blue, we take purple and brown. Let's add a little bit of white in it. More white. Let's cover this hill. Like, it shouldn't be very regular, so we can make it like a little bit like this and like this. First we cover it with the brush. We add a little bit of a light blue on this side. And some light purple lines as well. This part should be more dark because it's in the shadow. So I want to reinforce this side, especially the border between light and shadow, like this. And some light color here because these are kind of small hills there. Now with a palette knife, I will create these textures. So first I will put some darker color on the left side. And I will add a little bit of lighter colors on this side. White, purple, blue. Blue and brown. blue, brown, and purple, and let's see what happens. Some lines like this, more blue. Something like that. And at the lower part, it should be darker. Maybe something like this, even more white in the same column that we used. Okay. We can also take a clean brush and just brush very, very carefully again the border of the hill and the sky, so it mixes up and makes a blurred effect. So it looks more natural and more like far away. It's more realistic. Something like this. A lot of light and not much shadow. We need to add some shadow here. Okay, this is much better. And now we will create a green hill here. We will take blue, green, light blue, and paint first this part. Darker green, purple, blue, and green, more blue, and some light blue too, to make this line here. And now we need more light blue and white. More white, some green. Some light blue with white. On top. And let's say, let's add a little bit of ultramarine blue and brown. I need to find the right color here. No, this is not okay. This is not good. Blue, brown, blue, little bit of white, and light blue. And let's add these colors here. Okay, light blue that I have, I will put it on top of the hill. Add a little bit of kind of lines here. Some warmer greens here. And now with a palette knife, maybe not first, I will brush it a little bit here with the sky. Okay. And I will now take this cold green that I mixed up with light blue. We'll add some kind of textures. I will add this dark one here, again with some textures. More blue. Lighter one. Maybe some light blue with green again. And this is gonna be kind of a hill on the foreground. Okay. Now we will make this warmer green hill. We will take some yellow medium with a little bit of viridian green, and we will start to color this part. And this part. Some viridian green, and let's add a little bit of lines here. Darker line here underneath. Some ochre with green. And now we will take again a palette knife to create a texture. So we will take some yellow first, medium yellow, mixes up with green, and we put them this way. Ochre with white and yellow. Ochre and yellow and white. Maybe yellow here, greenish yellow better. A darker green in the shadow part. We can make some kind of lines here, like these ones, and maybe a little bit of this cadmium yellow medium to just add some highlights here. And we will make this bush now. First with a brush, we take the dark green with purple and blue. First we cover this part and also this part. And again, a little bit of this dark green here. Some dark green going like this. And now we'll take some yellow, mix up with green. It doesn't mix up very well. Wait, let's put more green again. And let's just create a very light green, like lemon yellow with the green we already have. And let's create kind of textures like this. And here. And some here as well. And white with, white we already have. White with light yellow. Small palette knife. And green. And some yellow inside. Why not? This looks good. Maybe some dark green here and there. And some more greens. Like this. Okay, and now we will make the water here, and then the foreground. That was a background. So we are ready to make the water line here. We can remove a little bit of our greens, of our blue and purples. I clean up my palette and I start with a new color. I take a little bit of ultramarine blue and white. And sky blue. It's a good color. So I will first apply it with my brush. I will then make it darker as it goes closer here. Darker. I need some white. So again, we take some light blue, white, and blue, ultramarine blue, and we add some textures to our water. And now we will take a palette knife, and even better if it's this oval one. And we start to add these textures with a palette knife, like the water is moving. It's very green. I'll take more of this blue, more white. And more of this light blue. Some white. It mixes up so easily and I'm just losing all my whites. Okay, and these are the light lines. Okay, the water is ready. We will just take a small paintbrush and make a dark line. Dark blue, and we will put it on the we'll make this line between the grass and the shore. And maybe I'll take a clean brush and I will like make this line a little bit blurred here. And then I will also make this line blurred. Let's take dark blue and green. Blue and green. Blue and green. And with my clean brush again, I will blur it carefully. And maybe some ochre with yellow that will cover this line, making it irregular. Okay, and maybe I will take some darker green and I will add it here. Okay, this part is ready and we are ready to start painting our road here and the greens, the greenery on the sides. Let's start with the road first. Just move it a little bit further. The road is light, is like we will use ochre and white. Ochre and white. And the clean ochre and white. Let's add a little bit of orange inside. And let's start like first, maybe we will again do it on brush. I'll take a brush first. And I will cover this road a little bit with this color. And now I can also create a lighter pattern. Like this is a warm one. And then we also can use a little bit of light yellow here as well, mixed with this color. So let's start adding some textures first. I made this yellow very wet, and the textures don't get like stuck. So I dried it a little bit with my paper, and I will start to put them again. Now it's much better. Some of these light yellow ones as well in the middle. As the lines go further, they become thinner. As they come closer to us, they become larger. Okay, now we can also use a little bit of this warm yellow here and add some of these yellows on the road to make it more colorful. They all have to be horizontal. All right, and maybe a little bit of orange as well, mixed up with these colors. Some of the orange strokes are also looking good here. And now we will use almost white, like very light yellow and a lot of white to create this light here in the middle. Sometimes I do these lines, sometimes I put them the other way, but this is how I work to create this little road. A lot of textures. Okay, this is our road, and now I will need to put some shadows on the road. So the light comes from here, so here there will be a shadow, here will be the grass that is growing, putting a shadow on the road, and this is a light part of the road, so it basically doesn't need shadows here. So first of all, I will take some dark green again, and I will start to paint here the grass with these vertical lines. Okay, vertical lines with some blue and green also. This is the grass in the shadow. Purple and green, the darkest part of the grass. Okay, this is the grass. I'll make it a little bit taller here, and then it goes like here, and it goes there and covers this part. And now I will take some lighter green, let's say green with some yellow, and I will start to add it also to my grass. And some yellow now. And with yellow, I will start to create these kind of yellow lines here. Maybe also ochre. Ochre with green. Okay. With some light yellow as well. And the dark green again. As I covered it too much. Here and there, not everywhere, we will put these kind of brush strokes. Then I will take this green, I will add it a little bit here to make this grass more colorful. Just at some places, some different greens. Maybe this dark green will look good on this line. And some yellows. My brush is dirty, so it mixes up with green very well. Now I will put this. Now this is very dark now. Let's put some yellow and white here. I will need more medium yellow. And maybe I will also add another yellow. If you have any different kind of yellows and oranges, you can now use them to enrich your landscape. Let's just cover this all in some kind of greenish and yellowish colors. Just to get rid of this white canvas. And some green. Dark green is still here. Dark green. And I will cover some. It's better if the corners are always darker. They like create a very good effect and they put all the attention to the center of the composition. So okay, this is like a hill going down, so we will create this movement here. And this is gonna be the grass in the foreground. And now we will take a palette knife. Wait, I didn't cover well this part. There's still some white there. I have to get rid of white canvas, as I said. Okay, now with a small palette knife, I will start to create different colors, different kind of textures here. Dark green with purple, green with purple here, short strokes. Short strokes. Some bush here. Then some yellows here, for example. Lighter yellow. Good. Some of these greens. A little bit. Some lemon yellow with white. Maybe some kind of, this is kind of grass. A little bit of yellow grass here. A bit of ochre with white. I don't have white anymore. I'm using it so much. Okay. There's no space for white now. Okay, some white and ochre. Let's add just a little bit of this kind of grass. More ochre than white. Grass colors, different textures. With a palette knife you can scratch it a little bit in different directions. This is a grass. And now, okay, let's make this green grass a little bit more textured, and we will put some shadows on this part, and we will still have this part to cover. So let's take some green going down here. And then some green, which is a little bit lighter, with light yellow and white. And then we take some yellow, mix up with green. And then in the end we take some yellows, and we start like yellow medium with white. A little bit of white in the yellow cadmium medium. And we will put some these strokes now, the final strokes, to create some light and texture on our green field here. Now mixing up all these colors together with a palette knife. Looks good. And we can add a little bit of flowers. Some darker green here too. Some more green. And some more like grass everywhere. Not very regular. I don't like regularity here. This is in nature and it shouldn't be regular at all. Some chaotic thing more rather than regular. And maybe some here as well. Okay, it looks good. Now we can add a little bit of flowers here. Like, let's make kind of purple color with white. Purple flowers. A little bit of blue inside. And then lighter ones. Too much. I'm sorry, this is too much. Okay. Some blue as well. Now a little bit of pink. Pink with purple. Maybe with a roundish palette knife it gives less square effect of the flowers. Okay. Maybe now some purple again. Purple and pink. And let's put these flowers here. Dun, 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 like this. And let's take some white now and let's make them lighter. More white. Even lighter now. Okay. And now, this grass looks bad. Some greens inside of these flowers because they are too purple. Let's add a little bit of greens inside. And this. Okay. Let's add a little bit of like red flowers here as well. First of all, we take some pink mixed up with red. They look good on yellow color. And then we add a little bit of oranges inside there. Maybe some more red than orange. Pink with red again. Pink and purple underneath. Pink and red. All right, and some red with orange maybe also. Так. Just somewhere. Okay, this looks good. Maybe we can add a little bit of flowers also here. Some white flowers, like we can mix up some. We can actually use this light blue to make a shadow under the white flowers. Maybe also this one. And why not? It looks good. And now we take just a cleaner white and put some white tops here. My white is so dirty. But if you put these whites on top of the dark blue, like darker color, like blue one, it creates a very beautiful effect. And of course we can add them a little bit everywhere. Okay, and some purple color too. Some, they don't grow just in one place, they could mix up a little bit in this field. And maybe in that field we can add a little bit of yellow colors. Some flowers there, you know. Some reds. Maybe there are some kind of poppies growing there, you know. So this part is good. And now let's make a shadow. Let's mix up blue and brown. And let's add a little bit of this blue and brown. Blue and brown line here, blue, brown, blue. Let's add a little bit of this line. And we will put small palette knife strokes, not very regular again. Some are longer, some are shorter. And maybe even purple with the same blue and brown, just to make kind of different tone. And more blue. Okay, and now we can mix up this. I'll take a clean paper and I will mix up these textures here to make the shadow become more blurred. Like this and like this and like this. Very good. I think it's very good now. Maybe we can put this dark a little bit, even like a little bit like this way. Okay, the grass growing here. Now I will take a small brush like this one and I will take some greens and I'll put some grass that is actually growing on the road as well, you know, because grass is not growing all the time like this, but sometimes it goes on the road as well. It grows down here like this. Maybe some ochre with green as well. Some is like a little bit, let's say, dry. Okay. And okay, this part is good and I like it. Maybe I will add a little bit of this warmer. I will add a little bit of orange in this and pink. And I will put some flowers here. Okay, this part is ready and this is the only part that is left to finish. So let's take some green and let's start to put this. This is very soft, I don't know. I have to put some green here. I'll take some green and I'll make this kind of texture with my brush. Some yellow. Again, some green with blue maybe. That will cover my trees. It will cover my trees this way. And then it will cover also here the house like this. And it goes a little bit here. Okay, this is kind of green here. Then I will take some yellow. I will add a little bit of white in this yellow. And I will put some yellow grass growing here and growing here. And maybe I will add a little bit of different greens just to make it a little bit more interesting and richer. And this is a high grass, tall grass growing on the left side. Let's add a little bit of yellowish as well. Tall grass. We can add some colors here like flowers. I will take some ochre now and ochre with yellow and green and I will like put it on this side of the road. And then I will take some yellow with like maybe lemon yellow also together with medium and mixed up with white. Like this. And here it's very beautiful now. Okay, and maybe now a little bit darker green near the road, as this is kind of making a little bit of shadow there. And we need some shadow here as well. Okay, green with purple and blue. Okay, and some more. Let's make some dark greens here at the in the corner and down here, because it's always more beautiful if it's a little bit like darker underneath. Okay, and now I will take some different greens and I will add them here as well. I will take some orange and I will add some oranges here as well, and some yellows, just to mix up this different kind of greens. We're almost done. And maybe some yellow like this. Some yellow with white. Okay, here I will put some more flowers. I will need a little bit of greens here, like the grass is growing on the road. Maybe now I will take a smaller brush and I'll take some kind of this green with, it's a mixture of greens. You now can improvise with your greens. I'll take some yellow and green and I will add them a little bit along the way here on the road. I think it looks very natural now. All this grass. I like this grass. Hope you like it too. I will add a little bit of yellows also here and here. But this time I will make them a little bit like this. Some smaller and bigger brush strokes here. Maybe a little bit of this road here. And some shadow under the steps. And some greens here. Okay. More greens. Dark greens. And okay, let's add a little bit different greens here as well. And now we will add some flowers and the painting will be ready. I need to put some more darker greens here. Also here the grass sometimes grows on the road, you know, but be careful, make sure it's not like all this grass brush strokes are different and never the same. Otherwise it will look strange. Yeah, okay. And now I will add a little bit of flowers everywhere. So maybe we can take some purple, some white again. White and purple. This is too cold, so I will add a little bit of pink inside. and white. Let's see if it's warmer now. Good enough. And let's add a lot of flowers here. Okay. Maybe a little bit more white now. Now it's the fun part, to decorate your painting with flowers. This is the best part because it like lightens up all the composition, the whole composition. Okay. Maybe some greens here as well. If these are flowers, they need a little bit of dark color too. Now we will add some pink with reds everywhere. Pink and red here as well. Maybe now we can add a little bit orange to the red and put some lights. And some warmer yellow. And maybe some lemon yellow flowers. No, they don't look like good, very good here. So maybe this medium, cadmium yellow medium, somewhere here. With some white, yellows with a little bit of white as well. White. Alrighty. This looks very good, I think. Maybe some flowers here as well. Maybe some kind of warmer flowers here. Maybe some yellows on tops. And some more blue on this side. Why not? Blues are also very good. Looking very, very good. And maybe darker blue. I'm finishing my blue. Don't have any more the ultramarine blue. And I will add a little bit of ultramarine blue with white, because they always look very efficient and very, very bright. I think it's done. I think we can finish here. It's beautiful and I like it. Maybe I will add just in this road, I could add a little bit of light blue somewhere, just to like to add a little bit of movement and color. Just a bit. And light yellow with white. Last touch. Last touch. Some sun on the road. Maybe we could add a little bit of like more light also on the water. But this white is not clean anymore. But I think it's good enough already. And you can sign your painting. I normally scratch my name here. So I'll just scratch it with my palette knife. I will take a thin brush and I will sign it with blue, light blue color. Light blue also will, no, I need some color, maybe white. White color. When you scratch the paint, you like clean a little bit the color in order to put your name. In the holes. Okay, the point, and it's ready. I think now this painting is ready and it looks good, and I hope you liked the process.